Okay, we're gonna make pulled pork for tomorrow, or actually for Sunday. What I'm gonna do right now is mix my dry rub up. This is the same dry rub I use on ribs and for pulled pork, or you can really use it on anything you like a little bit of a spice. And what I'll do is I'll mix all my dry ingredients together, get them all mixed up really good, and then I'll get my meat out and rub them down really good with the meat, and then I'll show you what I do with it then. So the first thing you need is, you can either use, we use light brown sugar, you can use dark brown sugar too, but if you get a cup of that and pack it in there pretty good. If you get a little bit more, that's fine. Actually, I might get just a little bit more brown sugar. Maybe a cup and a half just to make sure I have enough. No, that was a half a cup anyway. I forgot I got a half cup to mix to get in the bag better. So that is probably a full cup. That's actually enough. You can see I just have a little bit left. We'll dump it. Good thing about dry rubs, it's not an exact science, so you can kind of do what you can to it. Okay, now I need a half cup of kosher salt. I like the kosher salt because it's really big and grainy. It seems like a lot of salt, but it's going to soak in a mixture, and it'll also draw out some of the moisture of the meat. So seems like a lot, it won't be that bad. Next thing I do is 2 tablespoons of chili powder. Just a regular chili powder. You can buy this brand, you can buy any brand you want to. This is a teaspoon, so I'm going to have 2 of these. And again, if you get a little extra, it's okay. And this mixture, this dry rub is a little spicy, so I'm just warning you now, it's a little hot. Another teaspoon of black pepper, just regular ground pepper. And then we get cayenne pepper, the cayenne red pepper, another teaspoon of that. Again, if you get a little extra, who cares? And the next, I use these crushed red pepper, and I'll show you what they look like. They're like little pepper flakes, red pepper flakes, and they are pretty spicy. So if you don't want it quite as spicy, leave these out, and it won't be quite as spicy as if you put them in there. I put a teaspoon in there, and trust me, that will make it warm enough for most people. I mean, if you like it like volcano hot, it won't work. But if you want just normal hot, then do that. Garlic powder, a teaspoon of that. Make sure you don't do garlic salt, because I think there's enough salt on there for everybody. And then we have a teaspoon of cumin, ground cumin. And I may be saying it wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's how you say it, cumin. And a teaspoon of onion powder. And it's just regular onion powder. And I usually get a fork and go in there and just kind of mix it up, and you'll see a lot of the brown sugar and the salt in there, but the seasoning, you just want to get that good and mixed up pretty evenly. Like I see some chili powder that had some clumps in there, so I'm going to break those balls of chili powder up. I always like how brown sugar makes it look like quicksand, so when you quit moving it kind of like settles. Always like, I thought it was cool. Anyway, so get as many of the lumps as you can out of it. And don't make this up too far ahead of time before you do the meat on the dry rub on the meat, because the longer you let it sit, the more the flavors are going to go out of it. You don't want the flavors to go out. So mix it up and then go get the meat ready to dry rub.